All right, let's do this shit. Let's watch the video. So, quick shout outs before I get into it. First, so Kyle provided a drawing that's in the beginning of the video. We'll get to that. Raz gave me a lot of feedback on my script, and like when I showed the script to him, he did a lot of edits to it because he's just an extremely good editor and writer, and made it a lot fucking better, especially the conclusion. He helped improve the conclusion a lot and made it super fucking good. Mitch also gave me great feedback on the script, and I've been spitballing ideas with him for a while in regards to Mario and like videos and like keeping like my motivation up and shit. So shout outs to those two guys, and Kyle did a drawing for me because he's fucking awesome, and I'll get to that. But yeah, so I was working on the script for this for a long time, but I'll speak more on that when we watch the video. Let's just fucking get into it. No more stalling. Quit stalling, Domi. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna try to find points to like stop it. I've never done this before, so it might be like kind of weird. I might go like back and forth. I don't know. We'll see. Let's watch.
So the other day, I was watching my girlfriend play Super Mario 64.
Boom, 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 boom. All right, so quick thing. So like, the editing of this video, I don't think it's like my best edit. Video's loud. Okay, I can turn it down. We'll turn it. My mic is. I think my mic is good volume. I think. Hopefully, tell me if I need to boost my mic up too. So I don't think it's my best edit. I'm still pretty proud of it. And the one thing that I did really like is the stream gonna be on the Blu-ray extras? Dude, maybe. I might upload it to my second channel. Mic is fine. Pog. Alright, so the editing is okay. I think the previous video was a better edit, but I tried to do some things. I tried to like use some like new like video making strats, as well as like some new edits that I was like learning new stuff making this, which I thought was pretty cool. One of the things I really liked is how I used this like widescreen kind of hacked like footage for Mario. So this is super cool if you emulate games. I don't know if it works, how well it works with other stuff, but on Project 64, here, I can literally just show this real quick. So here's my Project 64. Is that showing up? Yeah. So, here's how I did it. Load up Super Mario 64. And boom. We got Mario. However, it's in 4:3 aspect ratio. Now, normally, what you could do is you can, like, what is 460/9? I don't think that does anything. That doesn't do anything. If you go to aspect display stretch, then it actually just stretches out the image and it looks like shit because it's literally just stretch. However, Project 64, I'm using 2.3, has this cool thing where you can add cheat codes to the game. So like, I think this works with like Game Shark codes and stuff. So I found online a code that gives me a 16:9 hack and no HUD. So I just turn these on and you can see it kind of like compresses it a little bit. But when I changed my oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh. When I changed my aspect display to stretch, see 4:3, it's like looks like smushed, but if you go stretched, then it's like an actual fucking like widescreen hack. And there's cool things about this. So there's some graphical glitches, and There's one in my video, but like this is kind of weird. So let's see if I go, I just want to show this real quick. Okay, so I'm in Lethal Lava Land. I thought this was kind of cool, kind of funny when I first saw it, but like there's the star. I don't know if I can show my mouse, but so there's the 2 bully stars at the top, right? There's the big bully. I'm pointing at it like you can fucking see it. I don't know why I'm doing that. But there's the big bully and there's the 3 little bullies. Now, those 3 bullies over there at the top of my screen, once you knock out those 3 bullies, then a big bully comes down. And when you have the widescreen hack on, you can actually see that the big bully is just chilling up there. Like he's already loaded in. It's like, I don't know if you can see that on 4x3. I haven't tried yet, but I just thought that was pretty funny. So I wanted to show you guys. And there's other shit like I'll just play the video and I'll show you what I mean. But this is the one. There's some other stuff like there's things where like the game doesn't really like agree super well with the hack. So let's say I get this this box here. Another box spawns that I can. Whoa, that was kind of weird. Another box spawns that I can just completely pass through. It doesn't exist. Let me see if there's any. There is one other thing. Maybe I can go to. All right. So that red box is killing me. Yeah. So like I like using this kind of footage, but shit like this is like it provides a bit of a challenge. There's some like areas that you can't use, or certain like cuts that you can't really use because of how this hack works. So this is another thing that's kind of cool because I actually kind of know how this works. So maybe it'll do with the box. I'm not sure. It doesn't do with the box, but it should do it with the bomb. So when I pick up the bomb, so it looks like I'm holding 2 bombs. So I don't know if I can explain it, but the reason that this happens is because in the actual game, when you pick something up, like an enemy, like a bomb, or like the Mips bunny, there's actually like 2 versions of it in front of you. Like there's like the one that you're holding, which is like not the actual thing, but like the actual bomb is like the second one that is usually invisible. It's kind of weird. It's because it's sprites too. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, welcome to the stream, Nick and Alec. But yeah, so there's just some weird shit, but I really like this because for kind of like I have like I do this thing when I edit, and I can explain this more later, but like sometimes I set up rules for myself. So I'll establish a rule and try not to break it for the sake of consistency in the edit. And one thing that I like to do is for the intro of the video, I don't really like to have footage that has like UI on it, like a HUD. And so getting that like no HUD was really important. I think it just kind of adds to like the atmosphere of the video kind of. So that's why I really liked how this turned out with the footage. It's the footage itself, like, I don't know if you can tell, but I had a lot of trouble, cinematic establishing shots. Exactly. I'm all about that shit. Cinematic. That's definitely the vibe that I'm going for. Playing the game, you just made a video on my voice tells us. Yeah, I think after this I'm probably gonna do some runs, although I'm definitely rusty. But yeah, so I'll show more that I'll just go on. So let's get past
She's pretty new to video games. Before we started dating, her experience with gaming was limited to.
So I like this meme. Some of you guys might not get this meme, but I did a stream. I did a stream a little while ago. It was like, I think one of my first streams back after I took a break, and I ended up playing Minecraft at the end, and we were on Raz's realm, and Cyril hopped on, and our skins were set up as the fucking Wario Bros. Yo, Frank, thanks for the 17 months. Poggy Woggy. Yeah, so I wanted to include this in the video because my girlfriend actually really likes like Minecraft YouTube. And I thought this would be a funny way to like to display like Minecraft YouTube. So I got Minecraft Wario Brothers Gone Wrong and by Caesar de God. That's Cyril. I messaged Cyril and I was like, give me your profile pic. Or send me like your Discord pic. And he was like, what the fuck? Why? And then I showed him this after I made it and he just started busting out laughing. It was pretty funny. But yeah. Just kind of tried to make like a basic like YouTube layout thing. This text is, I tried to get the like original YouTube text, but like the font, but you actually have to pay a license for that. So I just tried to find like a free alternative
to watching Minecraft videos on YouTube. But because she's awesome and shows a lot of interest in my passions, she picked
So this is one of the new edits that like is like
Minecraft
not
videos
like
on YouTube. But
not
because she's
revolutionary, obviously, but I really like this. So this is the drawing that Kyle did for me, and well, I did some Photoshop. So he just provided the sketch, the lines, and did a great job. This is me. I actually look so cute in this. Chibi Wizzy with my lovely girlfriend. We look great together. So what I ended up doing is in Photoshop using like an overlay filter, and I made this like crinkled paper background thing. I just like looked up some tutorials. There's like, you can like use gradients, like diamond gradients to make this like paper effect. Overlaid on top of that so it looks like it's on paper. And then one thing about me when I edit videos, I'm not really a motion graphics guy. Like I don't know shit about After Effects. So I try to do everything in Premiere, and I thought that this effect was only in After Effects, but it turns out they might have added it within the last couple years or so, but there's a turbulent displacement effect that you can use to get this effect, and it gives you a wiggle effect to whatever you apply it to. And then I used some keyframes to like hold it in place and change at different intervals. So I tried to replicate this. I can show this real quick. Oh. So this is what I tried to replicate. This effect on the text here, and I mean this from Yoshi's Story. Tried to replicate that. I think it turned out pretty well. Yeah, it's I'm not sure under what panel it is, but it's called Turbulent Displacement, I think. DiCaprio gif. I love me some turbulent displacement. Being here is finally, I don't know what that word is. Cajoled me into opening the editor to get some work done. That's fucking pog. Turbulent displacement is what my gastroenterologist says I have. Yeah, dude, it's such a nice effect, and I think like a lot of people on YouTube like this effect. So I was like, I would like to figure out how to do this for myself. But yeah.
To my passions, she picked up the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection at release to get a bit of a history lesson.
So yeah, this is I just have a soft spot for what I talk about in this video because before Lily and I got together, she was like kind of interested in games, but never really like had the means to like play them. So for her birthday, I got her a Switch Lite, and then she ended up buying the All-Stars collection, and I watched her play a little. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later, probably at the end of the video. Hopefully I don't forget, but I think there will be a point where I'm going to bring it up.
I watched her play through a few levels, one being to the top of the fortress in Whomp's Fortress. She took what I like to call the path of most resistance, following the dirt path to these sliding platforms, climbing up the Thwomp steps, running across the falling bridge, jumping over the gap with the spinning platform because she was feeling a little ambitious, riding up the elevator, and finally hopping up the steps to the top of the tower.
Okay, so one thing I want to say as far as getting this footage, one thing I found super challenging getting footage for this game is playing the game in a way that I could replicate what her experience was like. Not because she's like bad at the game, but because I'm so used to speedrunning the game now, it's like so painful to play it's so fucking like painful to just play the game normally, basically. So like I found that super like irritating, like trying to get footage for this video. So a lot of the footage I used, it's literally just me speedrunning the game. And another thing I found super frustrating was I actually had an entire playthrough recorded that I did myself, and it was before I started speedrunning the game, did anything. It was great fucking footage, but when I recorded it, it was like a low bit rate or something, and it just looked like shit, dude. The footage looked like shit. I tried editing with it and it just looked so bad. I just couldn't use it. So it sucks because I think that would have made the video a lot better. Some parts I actually did use that weren't like super terrible, but yeah. The path of most resistance is legit the hardest way. Dude, it absolutely is. And like I think it goes for a lot of the levels, like because in order to like find like the best ways, or like the simplest ways, not really the simplest, but like probably the most like smooth without like many obstacles, like you really have to think outside the box, which I think is really cool about Mario. When the gamer gods need to hold themselves back for content. True. Yeah, I could not record her because I mean, I didn't think when she was playing it to record, and also like just the means of which I was watching her, which I'll get into later, could not record it. So I had to recreate it.
Now, if I were to play this level, it would look something like this.
So I don't know if you guys can see, but this is a part of where like my recording is
Something like this.
kind of shit. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks a little like, I don't know if the term bit crushed is like correct, but you can see the bit rate's like acting up, and this was really challenging editing this, trying to make it look good. I had trouble recording. Yo, what's up, Snowman? When Goku tries to hold a glass on Super Saiyan. Absolutely true, dude. Any fucking truers. All right, so this is my cut. I actually went full scrub on this, and I kind of fucked up this jump a little bit, but it's whatever. I really didn't feel like re-recording that and like.
I love Super Mario 64. For the last 6 months, I've neglected.
So this is like a new thing that I tried to do. This little like zoom out thing with Mario, and I tried to do like a W for Wizawat, and I initially showed this to Mitch, and it didn't have this like pixelization kind of thing before, and it felt like a little jarring. And so I ended up just like using like a mosaic filter in Photoshop and then blurring the edges, so it kind of it's supposed to look like pretty accurate to like this
Super Mario 64.
That the game actually
For the last
uses.
6 months, I've neglected almost all other games in favor of learning everything there is to know.
I think the compression isn't that bad. YouTube fucks it up, but I also watched the render, and it still was kind of fucked up from the footage itself. Yeah.
Know about its levels, mechanics, and systems, as well as grinding the same worlds over and over again until my thumbs were raw, all to beat it as quickly as possible. It all started back in 2017. I was a middling variety streamer.
So this effect is also just a turbulent displacement, but it's I didn't like keyframe it to like hold in position like the Yoshi Story thing. And yeah, I kind of did this by accident, and I was like,
possible.
Yo,
it all started
this
back
kind of looks like a little bit like how when you jump in a painting. So I was like, let me just put in the fucking jumping in a painting sound effect, and I think that's good.
2017. I was a middling variety streamer looking for content and decided to replay every 3D Mario game in anticipation of Super Mario Odyssey's release.
This edit took way too fucking long. I think it turned out pretty good, but it was just a lot of photoshopping and kind of annoying, but it's kind of the thing that you do as a video editor sometimes, is you just fucking spend like way too fucking long on yeah, I think so, Mitch. I literally worked on this fucking edit for like 3 hours for like 5 seconds. That's just how it is sometimes. It's funny when you learn what things are just incidental. Oh yeah, Are you talking about like with this the painting edit? Too long in one effect couldn't be me. Yeah. Nick, I saw you tweet out that TOVG thing that you made. That shit is fucking sick, dude. I literally just sat there watching it for like fucking 2 minutes. I was like, dude, this is so cool.
At that point, I only played Mario 64 a handful of times,
This-
and I wasn't
that's
even that
footage
high
from
to
my
begin
casual
with,
playthrough.
preferring Super Mario
Doesn't look that
Sunshine for its
good.
unique theming, forgiving mechanics, and episodic structure. But as I began playing Mario 64 for the first time in over 10 years on stream, I had a realization. Super Mario 64 was pretty good. Pretty good. What surprised me most, though, is how it hits so different compared to all the 3D platformers I grew up loving on the Nintendo 64. It wasn't just a good game for its time, it was a good game, period.
One thing I like to do in editing is like syncing up parts of footage with audio. Yo, what's up, Luke? Welcome. I did not see you type earlier, if you did. So yeah, one thing I think is kind of powerful as like a fucking gaming YouTuber is just, you don't even have to do an edit, but like the game itself, when you
Loving
grab
on the
the
Nintendo
fucking
64.
key,
It wasn't just a good game for its time, it was a good
I
game.
should use the, is it J and, oh no.
It surprised me, period.
I think there's you can use certain keys on the keyboard to go frames ahead. Oh, what the fuck am I? All right, that's not what I want to do. Yo, what's up, Naveed? Welcome. Thank you. We're doing a review of the review. Oh, comma and period, right? Wait, why is it doing this?
I completed
There we go. Oh,
I completed it
this is Pepega's shit.
grew up
But
loving
basically,
on the Nintendo 64.
see.
It wasn't just a good game for its time, it was a good game, period.
boom, like that fucking screen shake, shit like that. I think it's like super like easy to do and like kind of impactful.
Completed it fairly quickly for a casual playthrough by
Clips
mimicking
from
the
my
movements of those I'd seen speedrunning it to a
2017
varying
stream.
level of success.
I
It was
think
by
this is
far
pretty
one of the
funny.
most
So this
fun to
clip,
play through.
this
All
clip
the 3D
actually wasn't from. You can tell by looking at it, it's not from my like original like playthrough. But I actually tried speedrunning this game like a long time ago, and it did not go well because I didn't do any research. Like it was rough. It was rough, and this is one of the things
platformers
that
I grew up
happened.
loving on the Nintendo 64. It wasn't just a good game for its time,
keep
it was a
going back
good
too
game,
far.
period.
Let's
I
try to use the
completed
arrow
it
keys.
fairly quickly for a casual playthrough by mimicking the movements of those I'd seen speedrunning it to a varying level of success. It was
Shit's
by
funny,
far
dude.
one of the most fun streams I've ever had, and I was super eager to hop into Sunshine and have the same experience all
What's
over
up,
again.
Updog77?
But
Is that
things
DGM?
didn't work out that way. I still enjoyed
Welcome.
Sunshine, but I couldn't help but think about how much more I enjoyed 64. That same feeling persisted once I got to Galaxy, and by the time I finished Galaxy 2, I was just having a shit time. I thought
I don't know. Here, wait. Let me play
what I
this
was
out first.
experiencing was a general sense of burnout due to playing an absurd amount of Mario in such a short period. But 3 years later, I realized that it wasn't burnout at all, but rather a coming to terms with the fact that each iteration of 3D Mario, from Sunshine to 3D World, was a step further and further away from the rewarding, addictive gameplay found in what is now my favorite game of all time, Super Mario 64. I think
All right. I don't know if any of you guys like. I don't remember who was there or like if you guys remember when I did this like Mario playthrough, but holy fuck, dude. I had the worst time playing the Galaxy games. Not necessarily like Galaxy 1. And this is going to be a hot take. It's not necessarily meant to be a hot take, but when I played Galaxy 2, I was tilted, man. I was so tilted at that game. So I played Mario 64. In one stream, I got 50 stars, and then I did the BLJ and finished the game in one stream. Fantastic fucking stream. Played Sunshine. It was okay. Sunshine's kind of weird because the win condition of the game is to get to a certain mission in every level where you like race or you like try to catch Shadow Mario. So a lot of the stuff that you do in that game is actually pointless to like the win condition. Like some of the like bonus shit. And when I beat Mario 64 and I did it in one stream, I was like, holy shit, this took one stream. Like I should just fucking 100% this game. And I was like, chat, like, what do you think about me just 100%ing this game? Everyone was like, yes, fucking do it. So I did it. It took a couple streams, super manageable. I will say, like, some of the, like, 100 coin stars fucking suck, dude. Getting 100 coin stars in this game fucking sucks. Especially, like, Shifting Sandland, Rainbow Ride. That shit is fucking tough and is not super fun because it's not really, like, those stars are not really designed into the game. They're just kind of put in, and it's, like, it's really shit. So yeah, did that, played Sunshine. It was okay. I still really like Sunshine, but, like, my opinion shifted. I went into this whole playthrough thinking that I loved Sunshine the most. Played Galaxy, and then I started playing Galaxy, and I was like, dude, this just, like, doesn't, like, feel right for some reason. And I wasn't really thinking too critically about it, but I could tell, like, the movement felt off. I just was not super into it. And then I played, like, I didn't 100% Sunshine because I was like, fuck that, dude. There's no way I'm fucking gonna 100% that game. Like, that's crazy. And then Galaxy, I was like, dude, I have to get, like, if you want to 100% the game, I think you literally just have to beat the entire game twice. You have to get 120 stars twice. I'm like, fuck that. And then when I got to Galaxy 2, I was just tilted as fuck. I was like kind of burnt out on the Galaxy style. And Galaxy 2, I actually haven't played it since this playthrough, so I cannot really speak to how it is right now. I didn't play it for this video. I did play the entirety of Galaxy 1 for this playthrough. Didn't really like it very much, and that's why I made some hot takes on Twitter. I made my Mario tier list, in which I put Galaxy and Galaxy 2 kind of near the bottom, right above 3D Land. And so Galaxy 2, I can't really speak on how much better it is than Galaxy 1, but I just have a fundamental problem with how the games control. And that I don't have to play Galaxy 2 to know that that's how the game works, because I played it. It's literally the same engine, it's the same movement system. So I know if I play it, I have enough fundamental problems that no matter how much they improved on Galaxy 1, like, I'm not gonna like Galaxy 2. But I will acknowledge, like, a lot of people say Galaxy 2 is better. And Yoshi is pretty sick. I do like the Yoshi edition. I remember really liking the Yoshi levels, especially when you grab the fruit, you can run really fast. That shit's pretty fucking cool. But I just have I just don't really jive with the style. So that's how I feel about Galaxy 2. I would like to replay Galaxy 2 again just to see, like, how much better it is than Galaxy 1, but I just didn't really feel like doing it for this video. Let me read some chat here. I was just having a shit time. Yeah, my voiceover is something that I've worked a lot on over the years. I think that's one of the things I'm pretty proud of. There's some shit in here in my voiceover that's, like, not super great, but Galaxy 2 is maybe my favorite Mario game. I'm so sorry, Naveed. Not sorry that it's your favorite Mario game, but, like, I just don't like it that much. I really should play again before I say I don't like it. There isn't a good 16-star equivalent to the other games. 120 stars. So I'm falling behind on chat because I'm just talking so much. I can totally see why if someone is into Super Mario 64, they wouldn't be into the Galaxy games as much. I will say the Galaxy games on a first playthrough, fucking awesome, dude. Like, I really liked Galaxy 1 when I first played it. I really liked Galaxy 2, but returning to it, when I am trying to get a different experience from a Mario game, I'm trying to look for, like, that mastery, that depth. It's just, like, a lot of the appeal is lost on me on a second or third or fourth playthrough. Controls were the number one reason why I didn't enjoy Galaxy as much as I could have. Yeah, I'll expand on that too, because there's shit that the newer games do that I just don't really like. But I explained it in the video. Thank you guys on the voiceover compliments. All right, let's get back into the video.
I think the best way to illustrate my point is to take a look at how these games handle the relationship between movement and level design. Because to me, the ebb and flow of that relationship is what elevates 3D Mario games above their competitors.
True.
We've got a lot to cover here, so bear with me. First, let's talk about movement. Movement itself
Okay, I have a tip. For anyone that edits videos, that is new. One thing I found that makes
we've got a
like basic like movement animation look
lot
a
to cover
lot
here,
better.
so bear with.
Well, there's two things. There's I don't know what the term is, but like manipulating the properties of your keyframes to do ease in, ease out transitions, and like messing with the Bezier curves to make a movement look smoother. And also, one thing I abuse the fuck out
First,
of
let's talk about
is, why can't I move? I feel like this isn't working. Why can't I just
movement.
You said it's comma and period, right? I'm not able to move back frame. Oh wait, I am. Oh, here we go. It's working. I have to go back way further. That's why. Okay, you can see here. This is a directional blur. And use a directional blur at the angle at which something is moving typically. And that makes shit look super fucking smooth. Love that shit. Directional blur. Makes you right click the keyframe and you can choose Bezier. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not sure exactly how the curves work as far as making it like an easy ease, but I've been learning. I used to just add a ease in, ease out typically, but I've started to learn how the Bezier curves work, and you can manipulate the animations and shit. Ease in, ease out hotkey. Yeah, I mean, I just right click on each keyframe and do it, but I mean, I don't know if you could make a hotkey for it. Think of it like a ball rolling down a hill and how fast it'd go. There absolutely needs to be a hotkey, yeah. Cause linear like keyframes on its own is just looks so bad. It just looks so bad, unless like when you're animating something like in the middle, like a linear speed, like velocity is good, but like at the beginning and end, which is obviously what ease in, ease out changes, it looks like shit if you just do a linear movement. Like the blur wipe is a good tip. Yeah, fucking blurring on shit that is moving, like, dude, just makes it look so good.
Let's talk about movement.
I just got that font online.
Movement itself is tricky to talk about because of its precise implementation and how players engage with it. I think this is true particularly when it comes to revisiting a game like Super Mario 64 after playing the games that followed, because if you approach the controls as if you were playing Sunshine or Galaxy, you're gonna—
So this is footage from my casual playthrough. You can kind of tell.
Because if you approach—
It might be harder to see on stream too, because it's naturally a lower bitrate that I'm streaming at. But also you can kind of tell the YouTube compression kind of makes my background look a little funky. But you can kind of see the the low bit rate here. YouTube compression makes this background look kind of shit, honestly. That's straight up YouTube compression. If I see linear keyframes, I instantly think you're a scrub, not gonna lie. I mean, it's hard to... I don't know. There's a lot of people that make, like, YouTube editing tutorials, or not YouTube editing tutorials, but like, you know, a fucking gaming YouTuber you like makes a video and they're like, this is how I make a video. Like that kind of shit is very popular, and I don't really see a lot of those. I really like watching those videos because I like to see if I can pick up anything from like gaming review creators, because that would apply to me. I don't really see a lot of people talking about keyframes like that, so I kind of just like had to learn it. I mean, honestly, I don't really feel comfortable name dropping the person that I'm thinking of, but watching their videos, I noticed they use the fuck out of ease in, ease outs for a lot of stuff. And I was like, how do you make your keyframes look that good? And then I just started like experimenting, and then once I was like, how does this ease in, ease out thing work? And then I looked it up and tried to like, and not tried, but like actually learned like how it actually works. And like knowing something knowing how something actually works is super helpful, rather than just like copying what somebody else has done, I think. I'm not gonna name drop somebody I'm giving a compliment because the person that I was gonna compliment, they've done some shady shit, so I don't want to fucking like promote them. Pretty much, that's why I feel that way. Yeah, I know it sounded weird when I said it, but yeah. All right, let's get back into it.
Approach the controls as if you were playing Sunshine or Galaxy, you're gonna run into some frustrations. Setting the blueprint for games to follow, movement is core to Super Mario 64's design. So much so that fleshing out its systems was a top priority before any level design was.
Dude, I have seen this fucking edit. I'm pretty sure, Nick, I feel like you've done this. You might have done this on like some game theory stuff. I love this shit. I love this shit, dude. Fucking a basic 3D effect on this. Have it move like, and these are like scans from the instruction manual that I found online. Fucking love edits like this. Add a little vignette. Good shit. I think there might have been something else I wanted to talk about. I might go back for a sec.
Movement itself is tricky to talk about because of its precise implementation and how players engage with it. I think this is true particularly when it comes to revisiting a game like Super Mario 64 after playing the games that followed. Because if you approach the controls as if you were playing Sunshine or Galaxy, you're gonna run into some frustrations.
Okay, so a little bit more commentary on the game. When I first started working on the script, and Mitch helped me a lot to get to this point. When I first started really wanting to make a video on this game, I was super fucking elitist. I was super elitist about Super Mario 64. I was like, dude, Mario 64 is the best. If you don't see why, you're a fucking scrub ass pussy bitch. And I was literally going to make a video titled The Best 3D Mario Game. And I was going to be elitist as fuck. And then I was like, this is not going to go over well. Not only because it was going to be provocative and it was going to get people pissed off that like the other games, but I was like, if I do it this way, this video has to be perfect. And if I can't back up every single argument with like a bunch of examples, it's just going to fall flat. So I was like, okay, I can't really do a video on the best 3D Mario game because then I really have to talk about all of them. And that would have sucked because it would have made the video like fucking 30 minutes long. I never would have finished it. So Mitch was like, dude, instead of worrying about all the other Mario games, just write the video about Mario 64 and then go back through and talk about like the other games when it like benefits your point. And don't frame it in a way where you like are like shitting on the other games because it's just gonna piss people off. So then that helped me, along with some other stuff that I'll talk about, to get to this point where I was like, okay, I really need to do a good job acknowledging the faults, but I can use the faults in a way to bolster my argument and be like, listen, I know that the game is super unintuitive, but once you figure out how it works, like it's so like it just opens up. It's crazy, dude. I think the final video that mentions other games should speak more on 64 strengths with it. Definitely. I really like how that came out, and like I got to give a lot of credit to Mitch for spitballing with me and getting me to that point, because I think this video would have been a lot worse if I went down the route that I was originally going down. No need for your passions to be incendiary. Definitely. And I think from my perspective at that point, oh shit, Josh, welcome. I thought that was Jack typing. Welcome. Thank you, Josh. I think when I had that perspective of like, I just need to like show that Mario 64 is the best, it came from a perspective of wanting to be super clickbaity and provocative to get views. And then I was like, I can do that, but it's just going to piss people off. And like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I could still like make an enticing video without having to be like super hyperbolic, basically. All right, let's keep going.
Blueprint for games to follow. Movement is core to Super Mario 64's design.
I'm not calling you out, dude. Like, honestly, it's just however long it takes for you to get your point across. I just personally like really hate going honestly, dude, these last two videos being 15 or almost 16 minutes and like 18 minutes, oh my god, it's been the death of me, dude. I never want to make a video this long again. I just want to go hit that 10-minute sweet spot and then be done. But obviously, like I said, however long it takes to get to the point, I don't know, Mitch. I don't know how the fuck you do hour-long videos. That shit is wild to me. But obviously, longer videos like require less cuts and less edits, so maybe that helps it like even out. But oh my god, dude, like I guess I'm trying to edit a 17-minute video in a snappy way like I would a 5-minute video, and that has just been fucking me up, dude. I've been learning that the hard way. I think I really want to make like an hour-long video, I just don't have the time, dude. Yeah, it fucking sucks, man. I mean, fucking, you made Buff Souls, right? How long was Buff Souls? Buff Souls was 2 hours and 18 minutes, bro. That's a good fucking video. That shit needs more fucking views, honestly. I miss Nick videos, TBH. Nick, you were actually one of the first people I started watching, like, when I made my, like, original channel, like, in, like, fucking 2014. Like, I think I saw you on, like, TOVG and shit. I just can't write enough for a long video. I could not agree more. It is so, like, in school, I would try to write essays, and I struggled so hard to get to that, like, word count limit, or not limit, but, like, minimum word count. I fucking hate requirements like that on essays and shit. So I literally did, because my teacher said I was a good ass writer too. Like, I took a creative writing class in college and put almost no effort into it because I was like super burnt out on school, and I was like, man, fucking whatever. I just gotta get this shit done. I took the class thinking I would enjoy it, and I did to an extent. But I also was super fucking lazy. And then my teacher was like, you are a fantastic writer. Like, you need to, like, and obviously she was gassing me up because I don't want to be like super like fucking ego Andy about it. But like, I think writing for me, I think my writing turns out pretty good. It just takes a really long time to get through that, dude. Yeah, dude, absolutely same about writing classes. Dude, one of my last like college classes for my associate's degree, this is a whole story, but TLDR, I walked into class the day that our research paper was due, having not done any of it. So I left class early and went home and did my entire research paper that day. It took all day, and then emailed it to my fucking professor and got like a fucking B. Let's use a speech to text reader and just ramble into. That's honestly smart, dude. My writing process is fucked. Like, I honestly, instead of just word vomiting, getting through everything, and then like condensing it later, I struggle really hard with that. So I'll end up writing my introduction and change it like 5 times until I feel like super comfortable with it. And then I'm like, okay, this is good shit. Then I move on. And it's like so incremental. Like, it takes so long that way. Started my YouTube channel because I missed writing essays in university. That's good, dude. Honestly, anyone that likes writing, I just have a lot of respect for, honestly. Because, like, I don't know, I feel like making a career out of writing is, like, really fucking hard. And, like, these days, I'm not going to try to sit here and make an argument as, like, what art form is, like, harder. But I feel like lately online, there's been a lot more resources to like get like art, like drawing and painting and music out into the public on like social media. But like if you like tweet about your essay that you wrote, like I just feel like it doesn't have like the same pull unless you're writing on something that's like super topical, coming from a perspective that people like are interested in, and like. It's hard. I feel like it's really hard to just become a writer. And so I think that's where YouTube comes in for people that make like video essays and stuff, because it makes good writing like way more like enticing and like digestible. I think I'm a good storyteller, but a horrible writer. Dude, I am probably the opposite of you. I mean, like, as far as like storytelling as a skill, like apart from writing, like I can maybe write like a good story, but just like the storytelling as a skill, I fucking suck at telling stories, dude. Fucking anybody can tell you that. My brother will fucking drop a fucking Omega lol if he's in here and be like, yes, you fucking take like a million years to get to the point when you're telling a story, dude. Just stop talking, just wrap it up, Domi, is basically like my storytelling skills. YouTube has certainly made me a better writer, for sure, dude. It has helped me immensely, especially being around the right people too, to become a better writer. I think that's what's really great about our community. Like, I mean, the community, like, it's not, I don't know if the community vibe is like as strong as it was like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, but being around all you guys in like 2014 was super fucking helpful in like making better videos, better writing, better editing. I think we all just kind of pushed each other like in a friendly way and like in a very productive way, instead of just falling into like, you know, let's just do what everybody else is doing, you know? Outer Circle is good for feedback and making everyone's videos better. D&D has done wonders for my love of storytelling. I always struggle with characters, so now I have other people be my characters. Fair. I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but getting all focused on solid core ideas is not my strong suit. Dude, I'm right there with you, Jack. Shit is fucking tough.
So that fleshing out its systems was a top priority before any level design was even considered, but it doesn't come without its problems. A complaint I hear a lot about 64's controls is that the game frequently throws the player into perilous situations that the controls aren't equipped to handle. I don't necessarily agree with this, but the problem lies not with the fundamental design, but
so this is like this whole point is like honestly, in the first draft of this idea, like in my head, I was just like, dude, like, people don't understand how good the movement in this game is. And then when the 3D All-Stars game came out and I saw people playing it and complaining about the movement, I was like, wait, it's actually like, there is actually a lot of like downsides to this shit. Like, and a couple I explained, but like, this shit actually does have a lot of problems with it. I think it would be more appropriate to approach it from the angle of like, once you understand it, then things make more sense, and there's a lot of not untapped potential in the design, more or less so like untapped potential in the player once you like understand how the game works.
Rather,
I miss
it's
that shit too,
unintuitive
Josh,
implementation.
for sure.
Here's an example. Every Mario game, both 2D and 3D, offers the player a generous amount of control over their jump, allowing for a wider margin of error compared to something like the classic Castlevania games, where
I actually have never played a Castlevania game, and I booted this up to get just a few seconds of footage, and I played for like 2 or 3 minutes, but like, dude, this shit was fun. For the 2 or 3 minutes, I was like, dude, I kind of want to play more of this, and I haven't yet, but kind of want to play some fucking Castlevania, dude. Like, and I fucking hate NES games. Like, SNES all the fucking way, dude. Let the NES burn in the fucking fire. SNES till I fucking die. But this game looks pretty cool, man. And I've never played Castlevania because Castlevania kind of just like faded into obscurity with like the 360 PS3 era, I feel like. I mean, once it went to like 3D, I don't know a lot of people that like the 3D Castlevania games, but like, dude, Castlevania. I got to get into some fucking Castlevania, dude. Also play Rondo of Blood. Which one's Rondo? Is that the PS1 game? Most Castlevania rules, bro. I will fight you. Super Mario Bros. 3 is the best. No. Super Mario Bros. 3 is fantastic. Super Mario World, though. That's the fucking shit, dude. That is the fucking shit. Favorite NES game is Ninja Gaiden. So I haven't played Ninja Gaiden, but that game looks like a game I would fucking hate. It looks like the kind of game that is like that stereotypical NES game where it's just like hard as fucking nails, just to get you to play for a long time because you need to get your money's worth out of the game. It's like that, the whole NES like strategy of coming from arcades, making shit like super fucking hard so you don't beat the game in one day and you're like, I just spend my money on this. Like, Ninja Gaiden's so much better as a 3D action game. I think Ninja Gaiden looks cool. I fucking, honestly, dude, played Halo 3, got that fucking Hayabusa helmet, dude, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then that's how I discovered Ninja Gaiden. And I haven't played any Ninja Gaiden games, but like, I was like, this shit looks cool as fuck. Super Mario is great, but it falls short. You're all wrong. It's like a bunch of sunshine. So Mitch is like me talking about Super Mario 64 before I talk to Mitch right now. It's funny how that works, right? Ninja Gaiden 2. I've tried Mario. I'm not sure if I beat Mario 3, but I had Mario 3 on Game Boy Advance. Played a lot of that. And it was pretty good.
Jumping is a commitment to a fixed arc. So let's say Mario has 2 states.
So this edit, I realized later after I uploaded, I kind of fucked up on this a little bit. So
commitment to a fixed arc. So let's say.
The fuck? Did you guys hear that? Hold on. Oh shit. Super Mario Bros. 3 is the next game I want to speedrun. Oh shit. Ask Raz about Super Mario Bros. 2. Huh? You're the only. Am I the only one that likes Super Mario Bros. 2? I feel like people don't talk about it. Hold on. We got the video for you, dude. Let me hit you with that real quick. Here, don't watch this now because you're watching the hot new video on the block. But this is for you, Jack. You can enjoy that later. I like Mario 64, but the best in my opinion is Super Mario 3D World. Interesting take. I actually really like 3D World, but I think it's a little. I think the. I'll say. What's there to say about it? I don't know if you guys have seen Barry Kramer's video on Mario Galaxy, but it's really good, and he kind of goes into detail about the difference in 3D Mario games. How there's like kind of like the open world or whatever it's called, and then there's like the course clear games. I just think the course clear structure is like not as exciting as like open world Mario. Like Mario, I think that's why Mario Odyssey just like popped the fuck off, because it's just like, it's just fucking exciting, dude. Sandbox. That's the right term for it.
Mario has.
So I think I was trying to explain. I kind of fucked up this edit
commitment to a
bit.
fixed arc.
So I do this thing. I did this a lot in the Wario video where it's just a shift downward into transparency with a directional blur, so it like kind of pops off or like slides off screen really fast. I did that for this.
So let's say,
but then it just cuts. And I kind of wish I did it where the background did it too, and it slides out into this, but I kind of fucked that up. Do you think 3D World is the best course clear? Yeah, I think so too, personally. Like, I'm sorry, Galaxy fans. I think 3D World is a better course clear because it knows exactly what it wants to be. I find myself agreeing a lot with Barry in his video. I watched that video and I was like, holy shit. Somebody fucking gets me on this fucking Galaxy shit.
Mario has 2 states, one when he's on the ground and the other when he's airborne. Because the game requires the player to switch between these states rapidly, I think it's safe to assume that most players expect a level of consistency between them. So when the game encourages players to divert their momentum in the air by moving the analog stick in the opposite direction of their jump, most players commit to this input after landing. But this causes problems in Super Mario 64, like Mario losing control and sliding around when landing at high speeds, or walking.
So this is kind of funny because I didn't really have a ton of footage of these things actually happening because I kind of just, like I said earlier, I had trouble gathering footage from like a casual playthrough. And I kind of just play the game now at a point where like this kind of shit doesn't really happen to me that I'm actually like complaining about. But it happens to everybody that plays this game because of the way the movement system works. Super unintuitive. This cut
and sliding around when landing at high
I actually had to like try to get this to fucking happen because I know it happened. Like it happens to plenty of people. Sliding around is just a thing that happens in Mario 64. But for me, finding specific spots to do it was like kind of actually like tricky in a weird way. It's such a humble brag, I know. It's not even me trying to brag. It's just like, dude, getting footage for this video fucking sucked because like I had to like manufacture shit, and it's just dude, fuck you guys. What's up, GTM? Welcome to the stream. If you're new, I'm just reacting to this video that I made. I uploaded it today. I'm like giving behind the scenes commentary.
speeds, or walking forward a bit before turning around in a circular motion when attempting to simply move in the opposite direction Mario's facing, leading to a...
This is probably one of the most egregious things that Mario 64 does, because I can actually demonstrate this right now. This would be kind of cool. This is such a weird... This is one of those things where, like, there is no... I cannot defend this. I cannot defend this whatsoever. Like, it's just dog shit. Can you guys see? Oh yeah, you can see this. Okay, so... Oh, the fucking... Oh, wait, it's kind of messed up. I'll just do this. Talk about the awkward half circle that Mario does if you ground pound and hold down. Yep. Yeah. Dude, I actually just learned something new because I didn't realize that that is a property that happens when you ground pound, especially. Dude, that's what makes cannonless possible. Wait, really? Oh, and this is, I mean, I guess this is a property when you, it must be a property when you climb up something too. I didn't, that's so interesting because I had a different understanding of this. So like, here's my understanding of this. If you jump, it's not as egregious as when you ground pound, but if you just land on the ground after jumping and then you'll do this turn. Now, there is a way to manipulate this where if you land on the ground and you wait a certain amount of time, okay, maybe this is how it works. Notice how when Mario like lands, see how he's moving his arms like back to his sides? Yeah, so I think once he gets to this point, then you can turn and not have to do this fucking maneuver. But if you don't wait long enough, then he does the half turn, and this is like one of those things that like just really fucks with people. Now, obviously, one thing that mitigates this, I think, for casual players is that if you're moving and you have forward momentum and you go back, a lot of the times you won't do this fucking half circle turn. You'll just do I call this the hairpin turn in the video. I don't know if there's a better name for it, but I called it the hairpin turn. Honestly, if this... Well, yeah, I call this the side flip, and like what like procs it is like this thing here that like procs it. Like I just call it the hairpin turn to like have like a distinction. If this wasn't in the game, this shit would be fucking unplayable, honestly. I really think the game would be fucking unplayable without this shit, because if you have a lot of people doing this over and over, especially in levels that have a bottomless pit, like Rainbow Ride or the Bowser levels, like, dude, that shit is rough. So I am really glad that you're here, and fucking I actually learned something new. Let's see. Kaze. Oh yeah, I've heard of Kaze. Has made a physics patch that adds inertia off the Ferris wheel elevator in Dark World, and it also removes the awkward half circle. Oh. Inertia off the... what does that mean? Like, honestly, I would be interested in trying that. If that's super easy to install, dude, I would like to try that. I think that'd be pretty cool. If you gauge a good understanding of Mario 64's movement, then the game becomes less torture. This is exactly what I say in this video. Listen, if you're interested, stick around or watch this video. Like, I just made this today and I go over all of this in like a kind of digestible way for like a YouTube audience. Go to those blue elevators in Dark World and then spam it. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I think that's probably why a BLJ works on it, right? Because the physics are so weird. Also, there's also like some other shit that I want to show in the game. Well, I'll get there in a little bit. I'm going to continue with the video now.
Players don't.
Favorite move in 3D Mario? What, side flip? Dude, side flip is fucking awesome. And if I can rant a little bit more, I feel like Galaxy just fucked up the side flip, because I'll explain that. I actually explained this in the video too. Like, you cannot fucking animation cancel the side flip in Galaxy. It fucking sucks, dude. And you can do that in this game in so many different directions. Like, Galaxy, I feel like any moment I want to do a side flip, I'll either like not do it because it won't proc, because the properties of it are just really weird, or I will like overcompensate to make sure that it procs, and then I can't even jump far enough to get to what I actually want to jump on. It's so frustrating. Kaze's physics patch, and you instead get momentum at any point when you jump on it. Interesting. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to check that out.
No, through no fault of their own, is that the best way to halt your momentum after landing is to simply let go of the analog stick altogether before hitting the ground.
This was a big revelation to me when I started speedrunning the game, because learning how to cancel your momentum, I actually watched this when I started getting into speedrunning the game. Simply, he's the world record holder for 120 star. He made a movement tutorial long ass time ago where he explains this as like neutral position. When you let go of the analog stick, Mario's not going to move. And so like, once I learned this, like, it's so much more like it made so much more sense to me.
This is just one of many
rules.
rules.
You shouldn't move without pressing. Makes sense. You shouldn't move without pressing a button. It does make sense, but I feel like language of video games has taught us to counteract your momentum with the opposite direction. It's like how DI works, like in Smash. Like with DI, you want to hold in the opposite direction. Like, it's kind of, here's a weird analogy. It's like when you fucking when you're playing a game and you do the IRL dodge. Like you react to things in a natural way that, like, even when you don't need to, like, it's not tangibly, like, doing a fucking IRL dodge when I'm playing a shooter game doesn't fucking do anything. But like, you just I feel like a lot of games have just conditioned you to feel that you need to counteract your momentum in order to stop, and that's not a rule in this game, because they're trying to figure out how to do it. And I think the newer Mario games do a better job of like appealing to the language that everybody's used to in that way. Turning your controller playing Mario Kart. True. Yes. Yeah, man. It's interesting.
Within Super Mario 64's movement system that is never explicitly explained to the player, and it feels cheap when you fail because of it. However, once you understand how these rules work, the possibilities of what Mario is truly capable of in this game begin to reveal themselves. It's like opening your third eye. For example, if Mario accelerates to a certain speed, instead of punching with the press of the B button, he can dive forward, and with good timing, he can roll out from it, allowing him to maintain a much higher level of speed than is possible from running around normally, even leading him to completely ignore fall damage in certain.
I actually just learned how this worked recently. And I've been playing the game for months now at like a decent level. And anytime I learn something like this, it kind of blows my mind a little bit, because you watch speedrunners and you don't understand how this shit works. And then I think it's really satisfying too when you figure it out on your own. Like, I just understood, like, oh, because when I learned this trick of this trick in Cool Cool Mountain, the wall kicks will work star. The way I used to do it is like it's the one where I like jump off the level and fall all the way down, and then you land back on the stage. So the noob way to do it is you literally just jump off, and once you get to the bottom of the stage, you kick, and that negates your fall damage. The kick. It's a little slow though. So then, but if you roll out, it has the same properties as a kick in regards to like fall damage, and you don't take any fall damage. Shit is so cool, man.
Situations.
If you focus on the movement Mario does after he lands on the island, he does a quick turn. It's really fast and useful in speedruns. When he lands on the island. Honestly, he's going so fast. It's hard to tell which moment you're talking about. But when I do Owless, I actually use that quick turn a little bit to position myself. I have a kind of scrub way of doing it, but honestly, I feel that.
This gets even more interesting when Mario's in the air.
This blew my mind
at high
too.
speeds, he'll perform a dive like normal, but at slower speeds, which you can easily
Because I remember
manipulate
trying to
with
speedrun this
careful
game a long
movement of
time
the
ago, and I
analog stick,
didn't
he'll do a
understand
kick.
the relationship.
As an attack, the
between
kick is used sparingly, but as a
kick and dive.
movement option, it adds an entire new dimension to the platforming, as certain jumps wouldn't be possible without
I just
it.
had to use this fucking area, dude. I think it's such a cool spot of the game where the kick is like showcased like super well.
This level of depth simply doesn't exist in most 3D Mario games.
Dude, like honestly, this is maybe like my fault in this clip. This is probably me playing poorly, but I just feel like this happens so much in Galaxy. You're like
possible without
moving.
it. This level of depth simply doesn't
You just
exist
stop.
in
Like obviously this is me fucking up because I'm like brushing into this ledge, but like I just feel like shit like this happens like so much. It's so infuriating because I feel like once you get going in Galaxy, you just get slowed down so much. It's so hard to like. There is no momentum. It's just like you're like at this velocity, and then you're at this velocity, and then you're back down to this velocity. Like there is no acceleration. It's just Galaxy's movement was fine for the way that game was built, but it doesn't feel as fluid for sure. Yeah. I mean, there's certain parts of it that I think are kind of fluid. Like, I think the biggest problem I have, well, not the biggest problem, but one problem I have is like the long jump. You're at like no velocity. You do a long jump, your velocity increases, and then when you land, you just go down to 0, and then you walk out of it, and you're like doing like what little acceleration is actually in the game. You're starting back at 0 after you land a long jump instead of carrying it through like in Mario 64.
Most 3D Mario games following Super Mario 64. In Super Mario Sunshine, 64's momentum-based movement system was gutted in favor of something simpler that, at a glance, appears to offer a more precise level of control.
I kind of wish I did a better job showcasing this, but Super Mario Sunshine, if you've played it recently, super snappy. Like there is like those quick turns like we were talking about, shit is not in this fucking game. And shit like that I think is an improvement, but there is literally no fucking momentum in this game. Like the only like momentum that you have, like you're literally running at the exact same velocity the entire time, and the only burst of speed that you have is when you dive, and it's just trivial because there is no skill ceiling on it. You just press the B button and you dive. Like it's kind of like the skill ceiling is just so much lower. I don't know if I would say that's momentum though, Darkfry, because it's kind of just a burst of speed. Like momentum to me is something you can carry. Like if it has momentum, it means you can use a move and chain into something else and keep the same speed. Like that's what momentum in games. The only momentum is the water slide. True, I didn't think about that. But it's also, you don't really have a lot of control over it. Yeah, you don't have options out of it. You can roll out, which is good. It's better than nothing, but like you're really locked into that. Whereas like in Mario 64, you can dive in the air, roll out, and then dive again instantly. And you maintain the speed instead of, if you just keep running afterwards, then you'll naturally slow down, because Mario's speed in the air, his maximum speed is a lot higher than his speed on the ground naturally. Love grabbing the rocket nozzle and doing rocket dives. It's a lot of fun. Maybe I should try that. I don't know if I've tried using the rocket and diving. I'm gonna have to try that.
In a way it does, but it sacrifices elements and options that make the gameplay satisfying for multiple skill levels. I would argue the absence of any acceleration trivializes the relationship between movement options that are bound to the same button, like the kick and dive, but these moves were already made redundant and removed by the FLUDD, much like the fan.
I hope this point isn't lost on people, because I feel like I go over it super quickly, but it's kind of what I was getting at just a few seconds ago, where it's a lack of options, and options is what makes the gameplay interesting. Like, it's like a flow chart, like a choose your own adventure book. Like, if you give someone a choose their own adventure book, like a story that they're supposed to interact with, naturally, like to a point, you begin to get diminishing returns, but like to a point, like the more options you give, the more interesting it is. And in Mario 64, unlike any other 3D Mario game, I think this applies. I think Odyssey does this too, but like you have these movement options that are vastly different, but are on the same button, because the N64 has two fucking buttons, basically. You have an A button, you have a B button, and you have Z, and R is like camera. Like everything else is camera. Like ignoring the camera, you have three fucking buttons. You have Z, you have A, you have B. So like, to have a moveset that is this diverse and this versatile, I think is super fucking impressive. Like, to make this shit work, the fact that you can dive and kick two moves that have vastly different properties, like on the same button, I think that's fucking good game design, dude. And it works. Like, and it's hard because it's like, not like, I don't know. I think that part, diving and kicking, is kind of intuitive, but it's complex enough that it's kind of hard to understand, if that makes sense. And the game uses these little fucking signposts to tell you how to play the game, and doesn't explain any of this shit. And there's not a lot of, like, it's hard because you can't really teach people how this shit works with level design that doesn't alienate new players. So I think this is shit that, like, a lot of people, this is why I was like at that point where I was like, people just don't understand how this game works, dude. And that's why they're shitting on it, and it's wrong. But like, I understand now why it's like that. I wish the courtyard had better options for experimentation out of the gate. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's like, maybe if there was like some platforms, like some actual platforms, then you would be able to learn some more of this stuff. Because without, like, the game is a platforming game. Like, the courtyard is good for like basic movement and movement properties on the ground, but like everything in the air, like, you don't really have anything to experiment with except for the trees, and like the trees like play a minimal role in the game. Like, if you had platforms that were slightly out of reach, like, maybe people would learn more effectively, like, how effective the moveset is outside of just running and jumping. Like, I think I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of people that play this game and just run around and press the A button and the B button, and they don't really, like, they don't do triple jumps, they don't do side flips, and the game is challenging for them because of that. Obviously, like, if you've watched this video already, I'm sure 99% or 90% of you guys that are here have already watched it, but they have good workarounds in the level design to accommodate all players, and I think that's why this game is so fucking like legendary, because it accommodates for everyone.
Favorite long jump. Galaxy, on the other hand, returned the long jump.
Here's the fucking problem I have with the long jump. Like,
return the long
you see that? Like, you get this dust cloud and then you just stop.
Jump, but completely forgot about all the other moves and options left behind.
You can see it here. Like, instead, I can't. I mean, obviously, maybe I could do another long jump, and like you can like chain long jumps together, but it's kind of like. Here's how I describe it: a visual representation. Oh my god, I'm literally doing some fucking XQC fucking Pepega shit. All right, here's how a long jump works in Galaxy. You're moving, you stop. You're moving, you stop. You're moving, you stop. Here is how oh fuck, webcam in the way. All right. We'll put it right here. How's this look? Okay. So, oops, leaks. Oops, leaks. Hold on. This is fine. I've got some fucking junk on my desktop, but it's whatever. You jump. Boom, boom, boom. You're moving, you stop. You're moving, you stop. That's Mario Galaxy. Mario 64. Some big brain shit. Ready? You're moving. You're on the ground, but your momentum carries. Boom! 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 You don't stop here. Like, you're not moving, but you're kind of just like moving. Think about that. That's so stupid, but I think this, like, as a graph, kind of represents how I feel. Like, you are always moving with long jumps in 64, and you're not doing it in Galaxy. When I first played this game, I literally didn't even know what to do or what buttons, so I was just like, yeah, that's funny. And I kind of wanted to get into that. I kind of wanted to talk about that later, where like the game is explained in these signposts. When Lily played, she's watched me play, and I don't fucking look at those signposts. So I watched her play. She just ran in and she has like an aggressive play style where like she like, I don't think, like, I'm gonna roast you a little bit, Lily, but I don't think she has a concept of, I don't think she has the concept yet of how acceleration works, and like how there's different movement speeds with like slight tilts of the analog stick. When she moves, it's like she's pressing down on a D-pad. It's like she's pressing down on a button. She just goes from 0 to 100%, and she's going that way the whole way. And I think that's what makes stuff like more challenging to her. I feel like the most enduring games have these levels of experience where newbies can get through the game the standard way, but then people who are really dedicated can discover better techniques, whether they were intentional or not. Exactly, dude. I would love more examples of this. Any game you guys can think of that does this shit, drop that shit, because that's the kind of game I'm so into now. I love playing games that have like, dude, Melee. I really like the idea of Melee. Like, it's just so daunting to me. It is so fucking daunting to me. Like, just the fact that like L cancels exist. Like, oh my god. Melee is scary, dude. Melee is scary. Breath of the Wild, World of Warcraft. I'm gonna have to pick your guys' brains on this, because this is something I think we should talk about. Not Red Dead Redemption 2. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think that. I don't know, man. That doesn't look like a game I'll be into very much. But I think of Melee is a competitive speedrunning game, and it's way less intimidating. I might have to play some Melee, dude. With Slippy, dude? I might have to play some fucking Melee, dude. Super Hot. I really need to play Super Hot, dude. Red Dead 2 is a 0 or 10 out of 10. So it's like the Mario Galaxy long jump of video games, basically. You're either at 0 or you're at 10. There is no in between. Speedrun your way to a real fighting game. I'll be down to try it, Nick. I feel like you're gonna... I don't know how good you are. I feel like you're gonna fucking smack me, dude. Honestly, when I play Smash, I am a sore loser. Like, if a player's like clearly better than me, I have such a rough time. Like, I'm about to gas up Ryan Tatum so hard right now. When I play Smash with Ryan Tatum, he fucking owns me. But he also plays characters that are so fucking annoying to play against, dude. He plays fucking Cloud. Fuck that character. But he's still so much better than me, dude. And it feels so bad when I fucking lose to Cloud, because it feels like I'm dying to a noob trap. But he's pretty good. I mean, from my perspective, Ryan is pretty good at the game. So I really just want to beat Ryan. But I got to give respect to him because he's way better than me at Smash. You play Terry? I actually haven't played Terry. I don't think I have Terry. I really haven't played Smash or Smash Ultimate since that character came out. I'm not the type to convince to play it, just to dumpster them. Okay, we should play. We should definitely play, dude. All right.
By Sunshine. Just bear with me for a second. I want you to boot up your Wii, Switch, or, whatever means of playing you have, and just run around in both 64 and Galaxy just to see what you can do. Honestly, it isn't even close.
I think this line is pretty good and for illustrating my point, and all credit to Raz. Raz came up with this line, and it's really fucking good. Raz just has a way of not so much like simplifying. I mean, kind of simplifying, but like making ideas like digestible. I got mad respect to Raz for that, dude.
Galaxy not only has fewer options, but also what I'd describe as almost negative momentum that coincidentally negatively affects the platforming. In Super Mario 64, I can peel back super hard for my second jump and still pull off a triple jump with a delicate balance of push and pull.
This you can't do in Galaxy. I mean, obviously, everything I'm saying here is you really cannot do in Galaxy. Like, I don't know if you guys can,
and still pull off
see
a triple
this,
jump
but right at this point, I kind of wish I showed this on screen. This is a little lack of effort from me. I probably could have like filmed my input and show this happening, but once I get to this point, then I just pull back.
The delicate balance of push
and
pull.
honestly, I pull back and honestly, I don't push forward until right before I leave the ground here. And I still hit a triple
push
jump.
And pull. I can animation cancel the hairpin turn to side flip.
This is what I'm talking about with the side flip. Do you even see me doing this fucking turn?
Hairpin turn to side flip off a dime.
You know what I do? I do a quick turn, and you can't even see the animation of the fucking like turn.
And I can kick in midair to make sure that Mario doesn't grab onto a ledge.
This is a cool property too that I didn't know. I mean, this is one thing that, well, I mean, I know now, but I didn't know this for a long time. And I learned this when Frank showed me a route to do the CCM 100 coin star. There's a tree in the beginning with a red coin on top. And what you're supposed to do is do a double jump and kick in the air. So you don't grab onto the tree, but you grab the coin. And I was like, holy shit, I can do this everywhere. And I won't grab this fucking pipe every time I fucking try to jump in it.
Necessarily. I can't do any of this in Super Mario Galaxy, and what is surely an attempt to increase accessibility, but it comes off as a watering down of the gameplay because while all the base moves...
Credits to Mitch here. The first draft of the script, this line, instead of watering down, it said dumbing down. And I think that's where like my fucking elitist like perspective was like dripping in. I think watering down is a way better way of like describing it than dumbing down, because it's like, I don't want to call you dumb if you like Mario Galaxy. That was not my intention, but I just think It's just different in a way that I don't like.
Movement is there with a level of predictability that eases frustration. It lacks the intricacies that encourages mastery, and it doesn't even have the novelty of the flood to fall back on. It's certainly not a bad movement system, but on repeat playthroughs, the lack of options makes
Okay, here's a funny thing. So, when I recorded this voiceover, I've been doing this. I don't know if you guys like noticed this, but in my Paper Mario video, the audio is super quiet, and got some feedback from Perry to really boost up the audio. So I've been trying like this new like method of editing voiceover, and I don't know if it's like the best way to go about it, but I think it comes out pretty good. And I don't know if this is my microphone or like the way I edit the audio, but in the original cut of this, I don't even know how to describe it, but the audio gets like distorted in a weird way, and it's like I don't even want to try to replicate it in real life because I'll just sound like a fool, but it's just like it was really fucking weird sounding. So I ended up having to do a few retakes for some stuff. But what I was really proud of is this line right here is a retake, but it doesn't really sound like a retake. And in my old videos, you could really tell when I did a retake, but I think I did a good job of making it like
moving around pretty boring and one-dimensional in a game that's entirely about moving around in spectacular environments. Because that's really...
So this is a transition from the point where I'm done talking about movement now. I'm on to talking about level design, and I'm kind of torn about how I handled this, because with movement, it was like its own section. It was super focused. It had that cool transition, the cool title card, movement. And now I'm moving on to level design, but instead of just talking about level, I didn't think I could just be like, okay, now we're going to talk about level design, because I think that's like a boring transition. And I don't just talk about level design. I talk about this section is a whole lot of stuff packed into it. It's like I'm talking about level design. I'm talking about how the movement interacts with the level design. I'm talking about my personal experience. So I kind of just transitioned to it, and I didn't really use a title card. But this is one of those points where I'm torn because, like I was talking about earlier, like I set up rules for myself when I'm editing. And like it feels kind of weird to have a title card for the movement section and not for this. I agree with you. I think it would have killed the pace. But it's just weird because like it feels weird to break my own rules that I set. Obviously, it's really not a big deal, but I think there's like benefits to like establishing rules in my edit, and then but sometimes breaking them. I think it's like I think sometimes you have to break your rules. Like consistency is good, but honestly pacing, I'm glad you said that, 'cause I feel like pacing is king. Like if you make a rule and it fucks up your pacing, then that's just bad. I've been standing while recording voiceovers lately. I feel like I get the right distance from the mic and I can get into it. For sure. Yeah, I've been doing the same thing. I like this mic stand I have. I can just fucking I can't really show you, but it's like adjustable, and like I just pop it up so I can stand up and do voiceover. That's the best way to do it. Try to get the mic as far away from my computer as possible. Like, and my room has really good sound insulation because there's just a shit ton of stuff on the walls. It's a small room, carpet floor. That shit makes your fucking voiceover sound good. At this point, the audience is invested in your ideas. Oh, I didn't think about that. I've legit given up on retakes. My jaw clicks twice per word, and I'm just going to hope no one cares enough. Yeah, that sucks, dude, because I've been there. Like that's like TMJ, right? That shit is rough. Honestly, one thing I did in this video, that I didn't do in the Wario video is edit out all my breath takes. Anytime I take a breath in between words, I just cut it. And obviously, like with clicks, I usually try to take out like just like lip smacking and shit, because people don't want to hear that. But honestly, dude, if you can't control it, I don't fucking blame you. Like people can fucking deal with it. Just don't draw attention to it. Like if you draw attention, honestly, if you don't draw attention to it, I think most people probably won't notice.
What it's all about, right? It's certainly not just about movement, despite how enamored I am with it. But like I said previously, the relationship between movement and level design. And while I'm sitting here shitting on Sunshine and Galaxy's approach to movement, I understand they are the way they are because they seek an identity unique from Super Mario 64 by focusing more on introducing the player to new ideas.
This
which
wouldn't have
isn't
been in the
inherently
video if
a
I didn't
bad
shift my
thing,
perspective.
despite me disliking the sacrifices made
I
to
think this is important for getting people on my side that really like these games, because if I just shit on them, like, I gotta point out what these games do good. Like, they wouldn't be fucking classic games if like they didn't do good shit.
Movement by the inclusion of the FLUDD, I actually like most of what it offers to the gameplay and realize it works because the entire game is designed around it. As far as the Super Mario Galaxy series goes, I understand the appeal because it bombards players with visually breathtaking levels chock full of ideas that never overstay their welcome. But in this transition to a style of game more in line with modern trends, something special was lost that I'm not sure was even designed intentionally to begin with. An open approach to level design that rewards mastery and creativity.
Okay, so this is a retake, and I think you can kind of hear it because my voice is nasally as fuck. And I did this like a few days into the edit, and I was like kind of getting over a cold. So, because this take in the original voiceover, it just peaked and sounded terrible, and it was clipping. So I had to do this, and I was just like, dude, my voice is kind of nasally, but like, fuck, I just gotta get through this shit. I don't want to fucking wait until my voice is no longer nasally. We're just doing it.
Modern trends, something special was lost that I'm not sure was even designed intentionally to begin with.
Here.
An open approach to level design that rewards mastery and creativity. First, let's take a step
from there. That's the retake. For some reason, I was waiting the whole time for you to talk about how you and your GF had similar experiences with the non-64 games. That could have been an interesting point. She hasn't played past 64 yet. She's still playing 64. She's super busy. If I can just gas up my girl real quick, she works full-time and is doing an accelerated program through school full-time at the same time. Holy fuck, I don't know how the fuck she does it, but she's managing, and I'm so fucking proud of her. And she gets shit done, so she doesn't really have a lot of time to play games right now because she does her homework at fucking work a lot of the time. Like, it's a lot. The line standing out is interesting because it was your thesis, so it emphasizes it better. Interesting. I didn't think about that. I never really thought that could be a benefit, because typically I just want my shit to sound exactly the same throughout the whole video. Dude, she is an absolute fucking superwoman. I don't know how the fuck she does it. Her work ethic is crazy, dude. Like when we got together, since she started working, like, she's just always worked 2 jobs until now. Now her 2 jobs are work job and school job, pretty much. And she just worked 7 days a week because she liked doing it. And she worked her job that she works now during the week. And we work together at the movie theater on the weekends. I don't know how you're functioning either, but you're fucking doing it. And I'm super proud of you.
Step back and revisit my girlfriend's experience again and examine how we can both get from point A to point B.
So this section, me talking about talking about her experience, was originally kind of at the beginning of the video. And I figured after some edits that I think it would work better when I'm like talking about, like, let me just get the movement discussion out of the way first, and then I can return to this thought, because like, her playing the game the way she doesn't necessarily support my argument for movement, because she plays like a new player, but the way she plays is super supportive of my argument as far as the level design goes. So I was like, let me just fucking scoot this shit towards the end of the video, and I think it works better right here.
Such wildly different ways. Earlier, I mentioned she took the path of most resistance. So what exactly do I mean by that? I believe this is the path intended by the developers for new players to take. It has everything you'd
I
expect
think
from a
this
Mario
shit,
level.
this shit is super fucking pervasive in Whomp's Fortress. Like, it's literally spelled out for you.
Obstacles, the enemies,
This,
even
this
the
multi-path system.
coins, but most importantly, it can be completed with just the simplest of actions, running and jumping. Now compare that to my route. Through the use of various movement options, not only do
Also, gotta shout out the Dire Dire Docs, dude. This shit just makes any fucking video good. Dire Dire Docs. I honestly, scoring this video was kind of tough because Mario 64 doesn't have a lot of music. It reuses a lot of the same tracks for different levels. And I was struggling to find music for it, and I didn't want to use the fucking Bomb on Battlefield theme because it's kind of just like memey. It's kind of like that fucking it's like the Mumbo's Mountain of fucking Mario 64. Slide music is good, but I didn't think it really fit the mood of my video super well. I think I used the Bowser level track before this because I think it's like it really fits the mood of me kind of criticizing the other games. It's like a track that makes you feel frustrated, kind of. So I think that shit was like pretty good, and I liked the cave music. I think that was pretty cool. Like, it has a really cool like introduction to the track that I think works when I'm like transitioning to it. And then Dire Dire Docs, man, dude. Dire Dire Docs is like, okay, you're nostalgic as fuck. You're having a good ass fucking time. Like, oh my god. Dire Dire Docs is the shit. Just use Mumbo's Mountain. Everybody loves Mumbo's Mountain. Fucking 2013. Yeah. Mumbo's fucking Mountain.
I skip all of the enemies, but also just about all the obstacles. Some of this pathing
Cannot
was
go wrong with
definitely
Dire Dire
intended by
Docs.
the developers as an option for players who
This
are
is what
more
I'm talking
familiar
about.
with Mario's capabilities, but this part right here is a little more ambiguous. Whether it was intentional design or not, it rewards knowledge and mastery of the mechanics with convenience. I don't know about you, but I just think that's fun. A level
This kind of sounds like a retake, I think, but it wasn't, which is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I think there's another point where I'll show this in a little bit, but there's certain parts of the video that sound like a retake, but it's just a different tone of voice, so it's kind of weird.
fun that, after years of railroaded design, Nintendo's expressed deep interest in returning to. Sure, glitches are fun. I'm probably not the
Like
first person to
this sounds like a retake, but it's also not.
tell you that, but what's truly special about Super Mario
I don't care if it's design, it's fun. It's such an underrated take, dude. That is fucking emergent gameplay in a nutshell, dude.
the railroaded
So
design,
sick.
Nintendo's expressed deep interest in returning to. Sure, glitches are fun. I'm probably not the first person to tell you that, but what's truly special about Super Mario 64 is that you never really know
at
where
this
the
fucking
game
gamer
design
here.
stops and the
that
player's
shit.
creativity takes over. It
elite
strikes such
gameplay.
a fine balance between the two, and anyone can be a sequence breaker. I didn't teach my girlfriend how to do anything, and truthfully, the game doesn't do the best job of teaching the player how to fully leverage
I hate these signs. They fucking suck, but it's like understandable because it's like their first like 3D
what
game.
Mario's capable of in favor of allowing them to experiment on their own. But that doesn't stop Super
It's
Mario
like
64.
such a boring. Like, I will give it credit. It is unobtrusive, which is typically a good thing, but it's just like such a boring way of teaching the player how to do things, which is weird because, like, one thing that this game does really well is contextualizing the camera with the Lakitu. Like, that is just really fucking smart, I think, because at that point, I mean, and I'm sure there's like countless fucking essays that's talked about this, but like that was like new at the time. Like a 3D camera was new, and like you kind of needed to contextualize the players, so it was kind of cool how they do that. And then you have the signs. It's like, The fuck?
From crafting an experience
Dude, honestly, whenever I say the word sequence breaking, I think of Super Metroid.
exciting for all kinds of players because it respects the variance and skill level by offering a ton of options within its mechanics and level design. If you take the game at face value, it's going to throw more enemies, obstacles, and longer paths at you, hence the path of most resistance. But
Okay,
if
let
you
me
choose
stop.
to push further and get a little creative, the game rewards you.
me stop.
Even before I began speedrunning Super Mario 64, before I looked up any guides or practiced any stars, I had so much fun experimenting with creative ways of getting stars, like using the box and shifting Sandland to skip half the level and grab the pyramid star, or lava boosting to the log in Lethal Lava Land. I was surprised at how accessible this kind of sequence breaking was, and after that, I began to try to push what Mario was capable of through movement alone. And that
I love this level so much, dude. This is such a great final level because, like, you can just, I don't know, like, this Bowser 3 level is just everything that I like about Mario 64 in a fucking course clear level. Like, you have, like, the master of your movement is so fucking important, and, like, dude, you can just fucking skip half the fucking level. Like, oh my god, it's so good. And to varying, like, levels, like there's this near the beginning, well, not really near the, it's like halfway between the beginning and the middle of the level, there's that Ferris wheel thing, and you can literally just fucking side flip off it, and you can skip a good chunk of the level. The song does bang too. Yeah, and, like, shit like that is it's so easy, but if you need to just think outside the box a little bit, you don't have to be super good at the game. But then there's also shit, like I showed earlier, with the jump kicks to get past that part with this moving platform that goes really fucking slow. And then once you figure out how that works, and just, like, getting through that part without using that platform, so fucking satisfying, dude.
That's when the game really began to open up. While I've been grinding the same routes day in and day out just to get a little bit faster, I'm still being exposed to creative solutions for stars I never even considered. For example, Fall onto the Caged Island seems to be a point of contention for some people. The intended method of completion is to hitch a ride from the owl that will only reveal itself if you decide.
Okay, this whole section, shout outs to fucking Dark Fry, because I posted a clip on Twitter. I actually, like, I got curious about this. I've discovered on my own that you can long jump from this tower and land into the cage. And I was like, dude, this is so fucking cool. Like, does anybody even fucking know about this? Like, so I tweeted it and had a few different discussions that, like, really made this video, like, a lot better, I think. One of them was Dark Fry, and he was like, dude, I didn't even know that. I didn't even use the owl. I shot myself out of the fucking cannon to get this star as a kid. I was like, what the fuck? You could shoot out of the cannon and get this shit? So then I tried, and I'm like, holy fuck. There's so many methods to get this one star. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is why you don't need tutorialization in this video, in this game. Like, you don't need it because of shit like this. Like, there's so many different ways of getting stars. And I think the fact that, like, you can beat the game the way you want to, because you only need to get 70 stars, like, if there's stars that are, like, kind of linear and you don't really understand, you can just skip them. But, like, there's also a bunch of shit where you can find creative solutions. Like, that's so cool. I didn't learn about the owl until this year. It's so crazy. You always long jump from the tower. That is so funny to me. That's so cool. Yo, Dez, welcome to the stream. It feels very fitting. I got a Taco Bell ad for the grilled cheese burrito. That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny.
To climb the tree at the very beginning of Whomp's Fortress.
Also, there was another guy that just I was talking to on Twitter. He just replied to my tweet and showed me this video of this guy complaining. This guy was criticizing this star, and it's like, how, like, this is bad design, or not necessarily just this one. This one's, like, okay, but he was criticizing the blast into the wall. That one is kind of obtuse, but it doesn't really bother me because you don't have to get that star to beat the game. And then the owl, is a little unintuitive to find because not everyone climbs the tree. A lot of people will just side flip up or go down the path of most resistance. So it's understandable they're not going to find the owl, but
after completing its first 2 stars. It's understandable that a lot of players might miss this, perhaps finding nothing the first time they climb the tree or simply never climbing it at all. However, there's a bunch of other methods to get it. There's the owlless method that anyone who watches
we just fucking gaming out here. Easy fucking clap.
speedruns is probably familiar with. Long jumping off the top of the tower.
Had to flex. Had to fucking flex. Had to show off my owlless skills.
Or even taking a YOLO shot out of the cannon. One method rewards mastery of the mechanics, another rewards understanding the layout of the level, and the other rewards pure creativity. I know I've been showing off Whomp's Fortress a lot, but this approach to level design permeates throughout the entire game. Once you see it this way, the value of repeat playthroughs skyrockets, and stages that were once headaches become some of the most addictive challenges. Even Rainbow Ride, easily one of the most hated levels in all of 3D Mario, has become a stage I look forward to. At face value,
this is also a flex, because once I learned how to play this level in this 70-star route, I felt like a fucking champion.
Its challenge contrasts
I
heavily
fucked up literally every trick for that video, except
the
Alice.
rest of the game. Instead of allowing the player to
That's
explore
funny.
an open environment, it features an immense amount of waiting for magic carpets to ferry them over a vast bottomless pit,
Dude,
where often the
shoutouts-
smallest of mistakes,
Shoutouts to the fucking breakdancing, dude.
vast bottomless
I have breakdancing at a couple different points in this video. Shoutouts.
pit, where often the
What a good
smallest of
move.
mistakes sees Mario falling to his death. The carpets honestly suck, and feel
You know
at
what's
odds
funny
with the
too? So like I was talking about how it was hard to get like casual play footage.
sees Mario fall
Like I was trying to get a fall in this level.
open environment, it
and
features an immense amount of waiting for magic carpets to ferry them over a vast bottomless pit, where often the
this happened by absolute accident when I was like kind of like trying to die, and I was like, fuck yes. I've never been more happy to die in a Mario level in my entire life, because I was like, this looks fucking like organic as fuck. Because it actually did happen. Like I wasn't forcing this shit. Dude, bring back the fucking breakdancing. Bring it back.
smallest of mistakes sees Mario falling to his death. The carpets honestly suck, and feel at odds with the fluid design of the rest of the game, causing most players to despise this stage with a passion. But have you ever considered that most of its stars can be completed without even touching a carpet?
That's
I'll never
right.
try to persuade you into thinking Rainbow Ride is a brilliant level, but I've had very few moments in my entire life playing games that were more satisfying than beasting through this level
Tell 'em.
the way I like
Tell
to
'em,
play.
Wizzy.
And that's special. That's really the message I
Carlos.
want to send by showcasing how fantastic Super
I really like how this conclusion goes, because it's kind of like a bait. This is like, you get to this part, you hear the credits music, and you're like, this is it, right? This is the end? And then, oh no, you're wrong.
Mario 64 is. At its best, it
This is like the game design conclusion. There's two conclusions to this video. This is the game design conclusion. Also, again, huge fucking shout outs to Raz for like helping me like make this conclusion like really fucking good. Like he honestly just rewrote sections of it that were just like amazing.
embodies challenge, freedom, and creativity. And at its worst, it can be unwound into new experiences.
This is so funny, dude. Like, if you ever try to do like the BLJ trick on the stairs, it's super fucking finicky and real. If sometimes, if honestly feels kind of random whether you get it to work or not. But, and I'm gonna show this. I'll show this right now. Oh fuck. This is a shout out to Cray Trey, because Cray Trey. I gotta fucking hold on. I gotta fix this, dude. We gotta fucking. Here we go. Trey made a video. The fuck? There we go. Trey made a video a long fucking time ago. And in that video, he just talks about like kind of like urban legends kind of in games. And there's this like thing you can do in this game where like normally you have to get 120 stars to get on top of the castle, but you can just do this. Boom! How cool is that? Easy fucking clap. I'm on top of the castle. I got 87 stars, bro. You can do this at 0 stars. So, like, this fucking slope is like, look at this. What is happening? This slope has such weird properties. Like, I'm moving, like, at fucking... I'm like a snail running at, like, full speed. This is so weird. And so... this thing just has some weird ass fucking properties, so you can literally just fucking BLJ to fucking oblivion, dude. Oh shit. Wait. Maybe I should go lower. Boom! Like, shit is fucking crazy. So when I got this shot, I was like, at this point, or when I was editing the video, like that part where I show this, I was kind of struggling with like a good representation of what I was saying here. And I just feel like, I don't know, this shit's just cool. Oh, fuck. The roof is Mario Galaxy before Mario Galaxy. Boom! Look at that shit. Oh! Oh! Oh, fuck. I just think that's pretty cool. Let's wrap up this fucking video. I cannot believe I've been talking about this for 2 hours. That's insane. I thought I was going to run out of content in like 30 minutes. Where is it? Mario 64 has a thing where some slopes don't slip. Oh. Yeah. Ooh, I bet you can fucking BLJ off that slope too then. That's fucking sick.
Experiences that are entirely what you make of it. Despite that, I've died to enough invisible walls and TikTok clock to know that this game isn't...
It was hard to find a fucking footage of this, but this shit has happened to me so many times in runs where I just fucking hit an invisible wall. It is so infuriating.
Perfect. And its shortcomings are a result of its place in history. 3D Mario design has moved past its unintuitive movement system, aggravating camera control, and unforgiving level design. And even though I love many of these aspects, I'm willing to acknowledge that for most players, it's probably for the best that some of them
I think I used this trick like 3 times in this video. I love this trick so much.
However, there's a reason that Super Mario 64 is touted as one of the most important games of all time and is remembered as such decades later. If you don't believe me, look no further than Super Mario Odyssey. In its movement, level design, and application of secrets, it's basically a celebration and refinement of what Super Mario 64 achieved. The next step forward. I don't look at it as
maybe one day I do a video expanding on this
fondly, and perhaps that's a topic for another video, but maybe in another 20 years, I'll look at it in a new light like I did with this game. I've wanted to talk about my journey with Super Mario 64 and how special it is to me since I rediscovered it in 2017, but I was at a loss for how to put words.
Okay, one thing that's cool, excuse me, one thing I learned in getting footage for this game, there's like different camera options where the default one goes to Mario Cam. Here, I'll just fucking show this too. I shouldn't even close this shit. In 20 years, you'll be waiting. Oh, that's funny.
It's me, Mario.
Oh, fuck, I fucked up my save state. Oh well. That's literally right at the beginning of the game. Alright, so default camera option, Mario Cam, Lakitu Cam. You know, Mario Cam just like hugs him more and shit. But, ooh, I have to go into a level to do it actually. Let's go into Womps. So, there's Mario Cam. Now, you can go here and go to set camera angle with R. So there's Lakitu to Mario, which is normal. Lakitu's normal, Mario's up close, and then Lakitu to stop, and it gives you a fixed camera. So like, I'm in Lakitu right now. Let's go to the top of the level. Let's see how this looks. All right, so I'm up here. I'm gonna hold the camera and look at that. Fixed camera. Okay, this is a really bad angle, but let's see, maybe I can do it right here. This is kind of cool. I didn't fucking know that you could do this shit. It's not super useful in game, but that's how I got the that's how I got this. Yeah, good for footage. That's how I got this shot.
Words to it. And it wasn't until the very moment I watched my girlfriend pick up the controller for the first
I
time.
would love to see a video from you on Odyssey because I think the movement and tech in that game is even cooler than 64. Yeah, I don't know if I agree. Well, okay, cooler. I think the tech in that game is really fucking cool. And honestly, I should probably watch how the speedruns have developed for that game. Because, dude, playing Odyssey for the first time, the movement in that game blew my fucking mind, dude. Like, good fucking insane movement. Like, I love Odyssey. I love that you can fucking do a triple jump, throw your hat, do a dive, bounce off your hat, and then do another fucking dive after that. It's fucking, oh, dude, it's crazy. It gives you more options. It's fucking sick.
Time that what I wanted to
Content
say
camera.
became clear to me. Watching her try her best
All right, wait, let me back this up.
with Super Mario 64 and how special it is to me since I rediscovered it in 2017. But I was at a loss for how to put words to it. And it wasn't until the very moment I watched my girlfriend pick up the controller for the first time that what I wanted to say became clear to me. Watching her try her best to navigate the treacherous cliffside of Whomp's Fortress, failing multiple times and laughing the whole way through it, helped me see the game clearer. In a moment that was probably insignificant to her, it was like being transported back in time to when I first played it, when the days felt longer and it wasn't about beating the game, but just having fun with it. Super Mario 64 is a game that has been played by countless people, yet nearly 25 years later, new players are finding it for the first time and still having experiences that feel unique to them. And that is a testament to how well designed this title is. Watching her play overwhelmed me with childlike wonder again. It gave me the sort of feeling I hope to get from new releases in a series, but rarely do. It made me realize that Super Mario 64 has been exactly the kind of game I needed to be at various stages of my life. As a kid, it gave me colorful worlds to explore and goof around in. As an adult, it gave me a complex moveset to manipulate and master. And now, it gives me something to share with someone I love.
Dude, can I just say, so Lily and I got together at the end of January of this year. And then COVID happened in March. And I'm actually probably gonna talk about this in my next video. But like, the beginning of COVID was fucking really rough because I got laid off from my job and like fucking it felt very grim because my boss called me and was like, because I took a couple days off from work because of like COVID. Like I live with somebody that's immunocompromised, so like the idea of me getting COVID is super fucking stressful because I could potentially like pass it to my mom, my dad. It would be very fucking bad. So like COVID has been very fucking stressful for me at various points. And like I took a couple days off and then my boss called me and she was like, "Steven, the store or the theater is closing down and all the employees are being, from what I understand right now, all the employees are being laid off. And if they want to come back when we reopen, they have to reapply." So it's like, holy shit, we just lost our whole fucking staff and I don't have a fucking job because of this shit. That shit messed me up. And fucking, like, I couldn't even see Lily. Like, we didn't see each other, and we had just started dating. We were together for 2 months, like a month and a half to 2 months when COVID happened. So, like, I didn't even know, like, how, like, serious the relationship was gonna get. For a little bit, I was like, we might, break up. Like, I saw a lot of people, like, talking about, like, it's kind of funny. She got me into watching TikToks, and I saw comments on a TikTok, and all these TikTok girls, like, it was a TikTok about like how, like, FaceTiming all the time for your fucking relationship. And then a lot of girls in the comments were like, yeah, my boyfriend just broke up with me. So I'm like, damn, like, this shit might be tough. Like, I don't know. And fucking, like, to cope, I just fucking played Animal Crossing all fucking day, every day when Animal Crossing came out. I played Animal Crossing like it was my fucking job. And I just had, like, no, like, aspirations. And then it sunk in that, like, this shit was, like, for real. Like, I can't just sit here and, like, wait for my job to come back. Like, I don't know when or if it even will come back. So I need to fucking do something with my time. And so then that's why I started to get back into videos. And, like we, like, had to, like, stay apart from each other because of COVID. And when I watched her play Mario, I watched her play it from my fucking phone, dude. Like, we were FaceTiming, and she pointed her fucking phone at the screen because that is how little time we had to spend with each other. We had to stay away from each other. Like, and dude, literally what I said is true. I fucking watched her play that shit from my fucking phone screen, and I got emotional. It was crazy. Like, I don't think she knew that, but I literally, like, almost started fucking crying because I was like, for one, this is mind blowing to me because I've been playing this game at a level, like, fucking at a different level than most people. I see the game differently because I'm fucking speedrunning it. And then seeing her play, I was like, it was like a eureka moment. It was like a eureka moment on how to view the game from this perspective. But also, it was like, holy shit, like, she actually fucking, like, cares about what I'm into. Like, she cares about what I'm passionate about. Like, that shit made me fucking emotional. Seeing her play Super Mario 64, a fucking 25-year-old game, and fucking having fun with it, when all she, like, has played that she watches on YouTube and, like, plays, like, Minecraft, like, that shit felt super powerful to me. It's like almost like a validation of my love for the game, because it's like, holy shit, she has no, like, stakes in this. Like, she can play this game and fucking hate it, but she, like, was, like, failing repeatedly. She was failing repeatedly and still having so much fun, and we were both on fucking FaceTime just, like, laughing about her falling off the edge, and it was so fun, dude. Like, I don't know, man. It was really fucking special to me. Oh my god, dude. I love you. Oh my fucking god, dude. I did not think I was gonna fucking cry, man. I don't think this is like my best job of like making a video. I maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if this is like my best effort, but like I had to fucking get this out into the world. Like I needed to fucking get my point across here. I needed people to know about this. Like I'm just happy that it's fucking done and it's out there. Like it just means so much to me. Thanks, Raz.
It's a game that has been played by countless people, yet nearly 25 years later, new players are finding it for the first time and still having experiences that feel unique to them. And that is a testament to how well designed this title is. Watching her play overwhelmed me with childlike wonder again. It gave me the sort of feeling I hope to get from new releases in a series, but rarely do. It made me realize that Super Mario 64 has been exactly the kind of game I needed to be at various stages of my life. As a kid, it gave me colorful worlds to explore.
This conclusion would not have been half as good as what it is without Raz's help. Honestly. Like
Explore and goof around in. As an adult,
Raz helped like fucking unpack this from my mind. We didn't even talk about it. He was just started making changes and like fucking unpacking this shit from my mind. I read it after he looked over. I was like, holy fuck, this is so good, dude.
It gave me a complex moveset to manipulate and master. And now it gives me something to share with someone I love.
I think some of the editing is a little bit of a rush job, but ultimately I'm really happy with like how this video came out. And like it kind of sucked. Like after I made my Wario video, I was working on something else for a while that was really like not good and not super representative of me. It was just like, oh, I've never done this before, so I want to try to do this. And it ended up not working out, and it took up a lot of my time. Like I wrote like an entire script, and it was kind of just like whatever. And then I went back to work for a month, and then we closed again. So I just didn't fucking like work on shit for a while. And it's why like my gap in uploads is like 3 months when I'm literally like not doing anything. I mean, I was working like full time for a month again, but I just had to like do something. And I think that made it super challenging to do this video after that, because I wanted this to be like the best thing I made. And I think I got kind of frustrated in the editing process because I was like, this isn't like, I don't know if I'll ever reach the fucking standard that I want it to be at. But I fucking did it. And I think I learned a lot about editing for YouTube specifically, in that, and Mitch and I talked about this, like, I think it's really important to like grab the attention of the viewer. Also here, Kyle, let me show you. I don't know if you've watched the video yet, but it's right here.
Her experience with gaming
Shit
was
like this, like
limited to watching Minecraft videos on YouTube. But because she's
pack the introduction with like high quality
awesome and she was
edits to get the viewer's attention. This is what Mitch and I are talking about. And then let the rest of the video speak for itself. Like let the content speak
a lot
for
of interest
itself.
in my passions, she picked up the Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
But yeah. Yeah. I think there's some pretty solid visual flourishes in there, and while it is sort of simple, I don't think that has to be a bad thing. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think it turned out pretty well. Also, did you delete a comment, Raz? Because I got a notification for you commenting saying "race me, bitch," and then when I tried to go to it, it was gone. What happened? You did not delete it. Did it get like flagged because you said bitch in it? Like, it doesn't even show up in my fucking like flagged comments. Thanks, guys. Shout outs to Kyle for making me look so kawaii. I know, right? It came out super good. Here, let me check. I don't want to show my like YouTube dashboard. I mean, it's not really anything to hide here, but comments held for review, nothing, likely spam, nothing. That's what I thought. I was like, maybe it got flagged because it's giving me a notification, but it's like not showing up anywhere. Did you get those comments that is like timestamp porn website? No, I haven't gotten any of those. Bruh, I literally didn't have to give Kyle any feedback because I was like, I know that you know what she looks like, and I know you'll do a good job. So I was just like, can you draw her? And it was great. I got like 5 in the first 10 minutes. Maybe I'm not getting it because like my fucking shit is just not in the fucking YouTube algorithm. Still need to sit down and actually watch a vid, but it sounds great. Hearing you talk about it's been really cool. Thanks, Alec. Guys, we've been here for 2.5 hours talking about a fucking 15-minute video.